Hello! Lately, I've had some people sliding into my DMs, tagging me on Instagram and TikTok, asking me a very simple question. Savvy, there is this company out there, it is called Paper Pie, and it appears to be a book publisher or a book distributor or a company that sells books, is involved in the book industry. What I want to know is it an MLM? Is it a pyramid scheme? Is it a multi-level marketing company? Or is this just a standard book publisher? Is this a place where I can buy books? Well, today, I have looked into this company. We are going to dive deep into Paper Pie. And I'm here to tell you that, unfortunately, yes, it is an MLM company, and you should avoid it at all costs. Let's go! What's up, my fellow small business supporters? I am Savvy, and welcome back to Savvy Writes Books, the channel where we talk about books and business, where today we are going to be covering a company called Paper Pie, which is very unfortunately an MLM company for books.
It's a trap!
Now, you may remember something. You may remember that a couple years ago, I want to say back in like late 2020 or early 2021, I did a huge deep dive on this company called Usborne Books. And I talked about Usborne Books and how it's a very popular book publisher, especially in Canada and the UK, how it often does book fairs at schools, the way that like in the US we have the Scholastic Book Fair, how this Usborne company often does Usborne book fairs in a lot of schools and things like that. I interviewed a former consultant for Usborne Books who talked about how she didn't really have a good experience in the company, and I also talked about some of my own experiences seeing Usborne Books vendors at events where I was selling my own books with my own company, Forever Home Friends, and how I wasn't really a fan of that, and just a lot of things like that. I did a whole deep dive into that company a couple years ago. Well, you may or may not be surprised to learn that Paper Pie and Usborne Books are the exact same company. And when I say the exact same company, I don't just mean they have the same business model. I don't just mean they're run in the same way. I don't just even mean that they're both MLMs. I mean that they are literally the same company, that Usborne Books and More has decided that they don't want to be called solely Usborne Books and More anymore, and have instead taken their MLM component of the company and rebranded it to this new company called Paper Pie. And we're going to be delving into the reasons they may have done that, what's up with Paper Pie, what's going on with this whole company, and why I, as someone who writes books myself and is very involved in the book publishing industry, why I am not a fan of using this business model in the book world whatsoever.
Oh, come on!
We're going to get into all of that in just a second. But before we do that, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, because multiple times a week, I put out new videos all about books and business. You won't want to miss them, so don't forget to ring the notification bell as well. And while you're at it, you can check out my second channel, Your Morning Guru, which is linked in the description below, and that's the channel where every weekday morning I host morning live streams, so you can hang out there. And also I do writing streams there too, so if you enjoy writing along with me, or you want to be part of a supportive writing community, you can join me over there. It's great for people who love books and writing and all of that kind of stuff. But with all of that in mind, let's delve into Paper Pie, what this company is, what's going on with them, and all of that. So first, I think a good place to start is just to take a look at the Paper Pie website, see what they themselves are advertising, see what they're talking about, and see what they say about their direct sales or independent consultant model of doing business. Let's take a look. This is the Paper Pie website. It says, "We gather for good around literacy and learning. Graphic design is my passion." That's what that says. We gather good for around literacy and just, there's like so many, it reminds me of that meme. Have you ever seen that picture where it's supposed to be like graffiti on a wall that says, we're here, we're queer, we fuck shit up, but instead the way it's formatted makes it look like it says, we, here fuck, we're shit, queer up. I can't, that's whenever I see shitty graphic design, it always reminds me of that. But anyway, let's take a look beyond that. So it's talking about the books, the school and library, and things like that. And then of course it has your brand partner, host, shop, join. So let's start with your brand partner. Let's see what goes on here. Welcome! I am so glad that you are visiting our website. Whether it's your first time here or 100th, you're sure to find something you love. Well, don't be so sure, you can't read my mind. Literacy and learning are so important, and Paper Pie offers so many ways to make quality books and educational resources available to children and their families. No, you know who makes them really available is Dolly Parton. Shout out to Dolly Parton, she's a queen. Dolly Parton and her free books that she sends to elementary school kids. We love and support you. As our mission statement reflects, we gather together for good around literacy and learning. Even like when it's not written in shitty graphic design that doesn't make sense, this still isn't a good mission statement. We gather together for good around literacy and learning. We gather together for good around literacy and I don't know why I'm struggling to comprehend this sentence so much. I absolutely hate it. We gather together for good around literacy and learning. Like, do they mean for good? Because some people say for good is like a finality kind of thing, as in like, we're doing this for good. You're done for good. Like, they mean like forever? Do they mean that like forever? Or do they mean for good as in like doing good deeds? For good around... Why don't they just say we gather together for literacy and learning? For good around... Why is it like that? Anyway, all right, let's continue. Please spend some time looking at what Paper Pie has to offer you. If you find some books you like, please place an order. If you found many, consider hosting a gathering, either online or in person, to get them for free or half price. If you found that this may be a community you've always dreamed of, you can join today. All right, let's take a look. Let's place an order, host a gathering, and join today. Let's do it all right here. So here are the books they have. From everything I've heard about Usborne Books, as the publisher was called before the rebranding, and I believe is still called under some parts of it, like the non-MLM stuff, I believe is still called Usborne. Maybe that's why they rebranded, because everyone started to know that Usborne was an MLM and they wanted to keep their reputation as just a reputable publisher. So they were like, oh, the MLM component should just go under a different name. Don't be so sneaky. But from everything I've heard, basically, the books are not bad quality books. From everything I've heard, a lot of people say that their kids enjoy them, that the art is good, the writing is good. Sometimes they have like fun board books or fun pop-up books, that the actual physical production and binding of the books is very good quality. That's what I've heard from others in the past. I did, a couple years ago, do a review of one book put out by Usborne, which was about like puberty. It was like a puberty book for boys. And it talked about how girls were going to start growing boobs. And it was like, the purpose of boobs is to make girls look grown up and attractive. And I just like went off the rails at how much I hated that, because as a big titty bitch, I really hated being in elementary school and being sexualized and told I was grown up and attractive by adult men because I was growing boobs. Children have boobs too, dude. So I was just really upset about that. But now my boobs are a quarter the size they used to be. Anyway, that's about the quality of the books. Other than boobs, boobs and books is only one letter apart. Can't explain that, Satan. All right, let's look at hosting a gathering. Literacy and learning matter. Research reveals what a home library does for a child's future, but we believe that gathering around books does even more. Yes, we all know that books are good. We all know that reading is good, okay? We gather around books to take us on adventures. We trust them to help us navigate You don't have to sell me on books as a concept, dude. I'm Savvy Writes Books. I've been writing books, publishing books, reading books for a long time. I already know that books are good. That is what a Paper Pie gathering is all about. It's all about sharing the love of books? I don't think so. I think that's more what this YouTube channel is about. This sounds more like it's about making money and joining someone's downline and getting involved in a pyramid scheme, but let's find out. Our goal is to share the gift of literacy and learning with your friends and family, to show you the creative, the innovative, the wondrous, the tactile, and the fact-filled, and the magical. Books bring us together in delightful and fresh ways. At a Paper Pie gathering, not only will you see what's new and what's beloved, you'll discover ways to engage your readers, understand the power stories have to transform lives, and learn how books can provide solutions to challenges throughout the day. That said a whole lot of nothing. This paragraph was like, all right, so what's the goal of a Paper Pie gathering? Well, let me just tell you again in case you forgot. Books are useful. They have information in them. They help kids read. They can be entertaining. They can have good messages. You don't hate books, do you? If you hate our company, that means you must hate books. And if you hate books, that must mean you hate education, and you hate children, and you hate everything that's good. You don't want to be someone who's bad, do you?
A communist? I'm not a communist.
Simply choose your date, invite your friends and family, and let your brand partner guide your gathering story with joy, intentionality, and expertise. We're excited to partner with you in sharing the possibilities found within books as you gather together around literacy and learning. Where's the for good? We're not gathering together for good around literacy and learning. This time they phrased it correctly. Okay. Anyway, this sounds like a standard MLM party. We've seen this 1,000 times before. Tupperware parties, Avon parties, they had all that shit back in the 80s, and, you know, it's just kept going and going. People used to have LuLaRoe parties. I don't think anyone trusts LuLaRoe anymore. Since the LuLaRich documentary and a few other documentaries about it came out, people were like, don't trust a hoe, more like don't trust just a LuLaRoe, that was perfect right there. That's what that was like. So people don't trust it anymore. But still, the party model is still around. People still have paparazzi jewelry parties. People still have Mary Kay parties. And this is just the exact same model. Hosting a party where I guess whoever is the host who hosts it at their house, they get some kind of discount to incentivize them for hosting the party. And then the person who's involved in the MLM tries to recruit everyone else to be in their downline because that's where they're really going to make money. And then they try to make money selling the books at like a markup rate, but they probably had to pay for the inventory ahead of time, and they're only getting a percentage of the commission, and they're only really going to make significant money to compensate for their time if somebody actually chooses to join, and then that person's going to have to get more people to join if they want to truly be compensated for their time. So this is the whole thing with that, right? Let's look at join. Let's look at what it means to become a part of someone's downline in PaperPie. Become a story maker. I love it. I love when they try to make these names sound more significant than they are. You are a salesperson. It's basically saying, do you want to be a salesperson who doesn't get any salary, who doesn't get any hourly pay, who only makes money based on commission and may not make any money based on commission if you don't have anyone below you? You may just lose money. You also have to pay to join. You're not just an underpaid salesperson. You're not just a cog in the pyramid scheme machine. You're a story maker. You're making stories. It's like we talked about Darman. Not just telling stories, we're changing lives. You're doing neither. The only life you're changing is the CEO who's just getting richer off of you. But let's continue. We believe that together we are better. Imagination and knowledge are gifts we're entrusted with together for the next generation. We take our mission seriously, knowing that we create products and opportunities that enrich, inspire, and nourish the mind, heart, and imagination. Wow, this person's inflating themselves a lot over here. It's not my fetish. Whatever you want to do around literacy and learning is possible here. Whether you're looking to add a few $100s to your monthly income for a career with the potential of earning six figures, or maybe you just can't get enough of these exceptional products, PaperPie is a place where you can find purpose and success. I thought MLM said you could earn unlimited income. What do you mean the potential to earn six figures? Why can't I earn seven figures?
It's over 9,000!
Why can't I earn 8 figures? Are you saying if I hustle hard enough, I can't become a billionaire in PaperPie? I thought there was no income limit. I thought that was the whole appeal, was that there was no limit on the income. You think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Maybe you're ready to start your story here if you've ever dreamed of mission-minded purpose. When I've done videos in the past specifically about career builder and things like that, if there is a job listing and the terms are so vague that if someone asked you to explain what that means, you wouldn't be able to. Okay, so they're like, you want to work somewhere with mission-minded purpose? You say, yeah, of course I do. And then someone else asks you like, oh, well, what does that mean? What does mission-minded purpose mean? What will you be doing in the company that gives you mission-minded purpose? What is that? Would you know how to answer? What is mission-minded purpose? Like, okay, you're doing this because there's a goal that you're serving? How vague can you get? Flexibility with your schedule. Lucky for you, there are lots of jobs that have flexibility with your schedule, and especially in the COVID and after world, we have had a lot of jobs that have remote and work from home possibilities because places are now set up for that. So as it turns out, MLMs are absolutely not the only way to do this. Greater financial security and opportunity. Oh, it's always about the financial security, the financial freedom. Can you tell me how I'm going to have greater financial security from this company? Is it just that I have the potential to make money? Because theoretically, I could just like grab some dog poop off the street and sell it to people, and there's gotta be one person out there in the world who's weird enough to want to buy it. Does that mean that that offers me greater financial security because there's a potential that I have a small chance of profiting? No. Building an amazing home library. I mean, you can do that without this company. Cultivating passion and leadership within yourself and others. Traveling the world. You're going to have to tell me what that means. Do you mean traveling the world on my own dime? Do you mean like going to your convention that I'll have to pay for my own tickets for and my own airfare to get there and my own hotel, and then I'm just going to leave there more indoctrinated? Is that what you're talking about? Connection to a true community. That's, I think, the heart of what is so manipulative about these companies. They really want to get people who want a community. They really want people who are struggling to make friends, especially like adults who, usually single moms or moms who have just had kids, who are struggling to maintain friendships while they're so busy because it's hard to hold down your job and maintain maintain your friendships and raise your kid and do all this other stuff. And this company says, hey, we can help you make friends. We know you're lonely. We know humans need connection to survive. And that's how they emotionally manipulate you. And then once you have those friends, they encourage people to cut you off if you leave the company. Almost everyone I've ever interviewed who's left an MLM after being in there for a long time says that their friends that they made in that company completely cut them off after they left, and that they didn't maintain those friendships because the friendships are very superficial. They're there for profit, and it's very sad. All right, let's get started. So the 2 ways I can get started are account activation only, $10. So I have to pay $10 to activate my account at all, or the add-on bundle. Additional products beyond the add-on bundle can be purchased when activating your account. Okay, so it sounds like the add-on bundle is kind of like the starter kit. That's $89, and that's probably where I'll get like my initial inventory. Let's see, what does that include? Are you gonna tell? Maybe it's in the FAQs, because I don't know what this includes. Let's go to the FAQs. What is a PaperPie brand partner? PaperPie brand partners are book enthusiasts and love the content and quality of our product lines. See, here's the thing, dude. If this were like an affiliate referral program, I wouldn't have any issue with that, because I think that there's nothing wrong with like earning a commission off of referring someone to a product. It's this upline and downline structure that I can't stand. It's the fact that there's incentives to recruit other people, that there's incentives to host these parties where you have to stock up with inventory. That's the shit I can't stand, okay? And this whole thing, as part of PaperPie, you instantly gain a community that will encourage and mentor you on your journey. Just the way that they phrase these things, I think they know that if they say upline and downline, if they say recruit, if they say any of these things, people are getting more in tune with the fact that pyramid scheme companies are extremely predatory, and that MLM companies are a little too close to the same model as a pyramid scheme for comfort, and that they're more suspicious of it. People are more analytical when they're looking at these things now, because this information is getting spread more and more out there. So now companies are being a little more careful with how they word things. That's how it feels to me anyway. How do I build my business with PaperPie? Building relationships and recommending books are 2 great ways to connect other with our mission and our products. How do I build my business? Well, in order to build your business, you need to find customers. And then if you find customers, you need to tell them to buy the product. No shit! The positive influence you make on friends, family, and your community will make an impact on your earning potential. So literally, sell to your friends and family. The way to make money is to badger people in your life until they buy things from you. Got it. How much can I earn as a PaperPie brand partner? As a brand partner, you determine what success looks like. But on the previous page, you said I could earn up to 6 figures. If I determine what success looks like, I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a billionaire selling PaperPie products. I want to buy Twitter out from Elon Musk. And I want to make Twitter just my own PaperPie Facebook community where we talk about boss babe life and share girl boss inspirational memes all day. That's what I want to do. I want to become a billionaire. I want to buy an election. At PaperPie, you're able to set your own goals and put in the work toward achieving them. You can also just do that in everyday life. No individual company has to grant you permission to set goals and work towards achieving them. I set goals for myself every day, and then I work towards achieving them during the course of the day. And I don't need PaperPie to tell me I'm allowed to do that. It's ridiculous. You will earn commission on each sale you make and have the option to earn a 4% cash bonus every month. Promote to team leader to begin earning an additional 8.5% on your personal and team sales. There it is! There it is! Nail in the coffin that this is an MLM. Personal and team sales. The idea is that if you become a team leader, which means you recruited other people below you, you're going to earn more money that way, because now you're earning additional money off of your team's sales, which means that everyone you recruit to your team, well, if they truly want to make money, doesn't that mean they should have to recruit their own team so they can be earning more? Huh. It's almost like we're going to max out of people in the universe and there aren't going to be enough customers that aren't part of the company. It's like this is the exact same problem every MLM company has. Interesting. Interesting. How much does it cost to become a brand partner? We offer new partners the opportunity to activate their account for $10 plus tax. You gotta pay sales tax on your membership. You gotta start, if you're gonna start your own business, you gotta pay sales tax. You gotta pay sales tax on the job that you're getting, obviously. And the ability to add on book bundles at the same time. So that's if you want any starting inventory so that you can actually sell things to people. Is having inventory on hand required? No, you're not required to have inventory on hand. That's at least better. It's better than requiring. It's better than like LuLaRoe, which requires you to spend thousands of dollars on inventory that you don't even get to select yourself. So it's still not good, but it's better. Like there's a spectrum of how bad things are. This is still bad, but at least you don't have to have inventory. However, I will also say that a lot of companies, a lot of people who leave MLMs tell the stories of how, like, they'll say you don't need to have inventory. It's not required. It's also not required that you recruit a team. You don't have to do any of this. But once you're in it, you really do start to get pressured to have inventory on hand, to go to, because if you're going to host a party at home, you want people to be buying the books directly from you there. So you do need to have inventory on hand in that case. And then you'll get pressured to have a downline because you're going to complain to the person who recruited you. Oh, I'm not actually making money like you said I would. Oh, well, that's because you're kind of doing things at the basic level. If you want to really grow in this business, you need to have inventory on hand. You need to recruit other people. And then it becomes the full-blown MLM. So I think nowadays they're trying to get you in more with these promises of, no, it's not all those criticisms you have of MLMs. We don't have those here. But then once you get into the nitty-gritty of making money, like, you do. They are going to actually tell you to do that.
Hope you brought your Costco card because you're about to get dick in bulk.
All right, so this is an article from Newsfile about how Usborne Books has rebranded into this paper pie company. We're going to take a look at this and talk all about it. So, Educational Development Corporation announces rebranding of home business division Paper Pie. So Educational Development Corporation, also known as EDC, is the corporation that the publisher Usborne Books and More is a part of. So Usborne Books and More was the name of the publisher of the books. They also did the Usborne Book Fairs, and then Usborne Books and More was the name in the US, and then I believe in the UK, they called it Usborne Books at Home. That was the name of the direct sales division. So it was a little confusing with all the names, but that's what they were doing. So EDC was the company that was in charge of all of this. Now, let's take a look at this press release about the rebranding of Usborne, which is still the name of the publisher, but the rebranding of the MLM component to this whole paper pie thing. I don't like the name paper pie. It's like, that doesn't sound tasty. That sounds like it's gonna hurt going down, but okay.
Phrasing. Shut up!
The company completed rebranding its home business division and announced its new name, Paper Pie. Per Craig White, President and Chief Executive Officer, our home party division generates over 85% of our company's sales. Wow, that's telling. For everyone out there who's like, Usborne books are good quality, you can get them without the MLM component, you can get them at the book fair, whatever. 85% of sales are coming through the MLM piece of this. Without the MLM, without exploiting people, without exploiting especially moms, but other people as well, but especially moms, without exploiting all of those people, this company would be nothing. They would lose 85% of their sales. That's really telling, Craig White. We have seen this division grow from 6,000 consultants only 10 years ago to as many as 60,000 consultants at its peak during 2021. We are launching our new branding, Paper Pie, which is a better reflection of our full product offering, which has grown beyond books. Replacing the name Usborne Books and More with Paper Pie, a new name that more accurately captures all of the products that we sell through this division, including Usborne Publishing, Kane Miller Books, Smart Lab Toys, and Learning Wrap-Ups. So, I think this is sus. Okay, the fact they're saying, oh, we're not rebranding because of anything shady. We're not rebranding because something wrong happened to our brand. We're not rebranding because we have a bad reputation. We are rebranding because the name Usborne Books and More didn't really show you the full spectrum of things we have to offer, but this name Paper Pie does. Well, the only issue with that is that statement is completely nonsensical. Okay, first of all, you're saying, we don't just offer books, we also offer toys. Dude, I get it, same. I run a business that offers books and toys. That's why I started a YouTube channel, to talk about that journey and review books and stuff. My business is called Forever Home Friends. It's not an MLM. It's a business where you just buy stuff from me and I send it to you in the mail, and that's all it is. Or you could buy from me at a festival, I guess. But it's books and toys about rescue dogs and cats, their stories of getting adopted, and I donate money to animal shelters from it. So that's linked in the description below. Quick self-promo for you there. Yeah, they're like, this doesn't capture that we sell more than books. I mean, it was kind of right there in the name, Usborne Books and More. It was and more. It was right there. So the name already did capture it, so you were wrong about that. Second of all, how does Paper Pie capture that any better? It has paper in it. It has paper. That makes it sound like it's more about books. Because at least that one said Usborne Books and More. This one's Paper Pie. This makes it sound like everything's about paper. And books are made of paper. So now this makes it sound more like it's just books than before. I don't trust you. I don't think that was the reason for your rebranding, because that doesn't make any sense at all. Per Heather Cobb, Chief of Sales and Marketing Officer, we started the Home Party Division rebranding process in May of this year with the goal to complete the division's rebrand by December 2022. We have engaged our field leadership, staff members, and outside partners who contributed countless amounts of time, effort, and love into creating our new name and brand. Paper Pie is literally filled with the culture and values of our home business division, specifically focused on children's literacy and learning. Our new brand, Paper Pie, better defines who we are and what we represent to our customers and their families. What the? How? Dude, these people who are talking like PR speak, they are saying nothing. There is no substance behind the words that they're saying. What does that mean? What does any of this mean? So this is just pure speculation, but if I had to guess the real reason for the rebranding, I would say most likely people are catching on to the fact that Usborne is an MLM and more people have been exposing that, so the name Usborne Books, outside of the publisher itself, has lost a lot of its credibility. That's my guess. Don't quote me on that because I can't say for sure, but I don't believe for a second that they're solely rebranding because they think that Paper Pie somehow better fits their business's mission. That doesn't make sense. If you were going to try to sell that as your story, then why didn't you name your company something else, like Books and Toys Company? Or like Literacy and Education. Like, what's a fun name?
Pimps and whores. Pimps and whores.
I don't know. Like, just try to think of it. Like, they could come up with a better name than Paper Pie. That's just such a dumb name, right? I don't know. I don't trust them at all. But for anyone out there who's been like, Savvy, is Paper Pie an MLM? Yes, it's an MLM. No, don't join it. No, don't buy from it. If you want to buy books, there are so many fantastic authors you can support. There are so many bookstores out there. There are so many small bookstores that are struggling as independent brick and mortar stores, especially during Amazon taking over everything. And then if you do want to shop on Amazon, there are so many tiny authors trying to make a living selling books on Amazon. So there's just so many more small businesses you can support rather than a company that is intentionally trying to exploit people into getting them to join and then sell to other people and recruit other people. I don't support that at all. So no, I hate it when MLMs turn books into multi-level marketing ventures because books are wonderful. My whole life is about books. Books are extremely pure and wholesome and sweet. Even the smutty ones, even the erotica, all books are sweet. And we love them all and support them. But no, I don't support this company whatsoever, and I'd recommend that you don't either. But let me know your thoughts on this rebrand in the comments below. What do you think the reasons for the rebrand might be? Because I don't trust them whatsoever. But it was good to talk about this all and good to get this out there. So I will see you guys again later on for more videos. But in the meantime, please don't forget to support small businesses, not MLMs, not multi-level marketing companies, but actual small businesses. Have a fantastic start to your day. Bye!